Germans and dig new front lines in front of their old positions between Perthes and Beausejour. All German counterattacks were repulsed. That's a big deal on the Western Front. There was also real foreshadowing this week in the West of horrors to come as new weapons of war made their appearances for the first time. On February 26, German soldiers used flamethrowers for the first time in battle against French trenches near Verdun. This was the first of over 650 flamethrower attacks, though it was ineffective. 3 days later, German troops tried advancing behind an armored shield for the first time. This was also ineffective as they lost about half their number. That same day, March 1st, French troops were issued with grenades for the first time. The warring nations were looking for any advantage, a new weapon, a surprise attack, even a foolhardy plan, anything to beat the enemy, and the Austrians were no different from anybody else. The Second Carpathian Winter Offensive had just kicked into gear, as the Austro-Hungarian Imperial Army tried once again to knock the Russians out of the mountain passes and break the siege at Przemyśl to free the Austrian army that was trapped there, now running out of food and supplies. From the beginning, this offensive seemed as doomed as the first, even though, according to historian James Scudieri, this was the only occasion on which the Austrians really did have numerical superiority over the Russians, 41 divisions strong. But the men were exhausted, many having fought in the frozen mountains for 6 weeks already, and illness and frostbite were rampant. In addition, the Russians strategically fell back from the initial assault, and the Austrians overextended the few supply lines they had. On March 1st, Colonel Veit of the Austrian Third Army wrote, quote, "Fog and heavy snowfalls. We have lost all sense of direction. Entire regiments are getting lost, resulting in catastrophic losses." End quote. There were, though, for a change, reinforcements being sent to the front as the offensive unfolded. But the center and the left flank both collapsed under Russian pressure, and the reinforcements were just thrown in haphazardly wherever there were gaps, and they basically traveled all the way to the Carpathians to become cannon fodder. But throughout the week, the assault continued, with the Austrians being repulsed daily, and the week ended with the Russians crossing the Bystritza in the eastern Carpathians and threatening the Austrian right flank. If some of you are wondering why the name Bystritza sounds vaguely familiar, it's because that's where Count Dracula used to hang out, well, in books. But I think it's fairly safe to say that if you were in the Austrian army and had been driven out of tiny Serbia a few times in humiliation, beaten at the river